Evening now here in Philadelphia. Let's go to my very next special guest. I got the WBA Super Bantamweight champion of the world, Brandon Figueroa, who we're just a few days away from his big unification bout with Luis Nery live this Saturday night on Showtime from the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Brandon, what's happening?
Yeah, we're a couple of days away from the biggest fight of my career and the most important fight, to be said. But yeah, we're ready. We can't wait for this fight, this great opportunity, and just to go out there and give fans a great show.
I think this fight on paper, I mean, it's a can't miss. Beside being an important fight with the unification, I believe this is a can't miss fight based on Nery is a big puncher. You love to mix it up. You've been in a few brawls yourself so far in your young career. You feel that that's the way it's going to be. It's gonna be one of those fights, and especially at the Dignity Health Sports Park, where so many great fights have taken place, so many wars have taken place. You feel that's the way it's going to go down on Saturday night?
Yes, sir. I feel like it's gonna be an exciting fight. Two Mexicans giving it all on the line. Not only that, but I mean, it's like I said, it's one of the biggest fights of my career. So I'm gonna go out there and give it my all. I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna leave an ounce of anything outside of the ring. I'm gonna go in there, do what I gotta do, and just go out there and give fans a great show. I mean, I'm ready. I had an amazing, tremendous training camp, and I'm in great shape. And I just can't wait to go out there and do what I do best, which is fight.
He's fought mostly at 118 pounds. He's missed weight a couple times and fought at 122. His last fight at 122, scheduled fight at 122 against Aaron Almeida back in September. Did you see a different Luis Nery at 122 pounds and than he was at 118?
Yes, of course. I feel like he wasn't the same. I just feel like the 122-pound division, it's just different. I'm a full-grown 122-pound. I'm bigger, stronger. I feel like you know he did well in 118, but I feel like at the 122-pound division, it's a whole different story. And I feel like we're gonna find out Saturday night. I feel like Alameda in his last fight didn't take it to him, but I will. I'm gonna take it to him, and we're just gonna see how he does against a full-grown 122 pounder that comes to fight.
What's it say about you, age 24, already in a unification bout? We see guys, they want to milk titles, get defenses, then maybe have people clamor for unification bouts down the road. You're doing this, within your first couple defenses, and you're facing a guy who's a big puncher. And is this a fight that you really called for? Maybe after he won his fight back in September.
Yes, of course. This is the fights we want. We want these unification fights. I just want to gather the titles, gather belts. This is what I'm in boxing for. To come in here and conquer divisions and dominate and prove to be the best boxer. And I feel like that's what boxing is missing nowadays. Is that the lower class divisions are proving to be the best ones. Why? Because the best of the best are fighting each other, and that's just said. And we're willing to put it on the line. We're willing to put our undefeated records. I don't care about the records. I just want to go out there, fight, and just prove to be the best. And that's my job. That's my job as a boxer. You want to make sure you dominate the sport of boxing, and that's what I plan to do.
I spoke with Danny Roman earlier this afternoon, and we are talking about how, like you mentioned, the 122-pound division. When you have guys like yourself and Nery, the winner is going to get Stephen Fulton. Danny Roman is a former unified champion. There's a couple other guys with some decent names, and you're all on, in this day of boxing politics and what side of the street you're fighting on. You guys are all have been fighting on Showtime over the better part of the last year, a couple of years or so. Big fights to be had, not only Saturday night, but going forward, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just feel like I'm not scared to get in there with anyone. And I feel like I never said no to any of my opponents. That in my career, I've always said yes, no matter if they're last minute opponents, if there's been changes. That's one thing why All Heyman, has a lot of love and respect for us is because we never say no. We're always here to fight. We're always training. We're always busy. We're dedicated. We're disciplined, and I love the sport. I love everything that comes to boxing, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm at where I'm at today. And now I'm here in the unification bout. This is what I wanted, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait to go out there and do what I do best, which is fight and give fans a great show.
You feel not only a win, but a great performance on Saturday night maybe takes you up to another level. You know, Brandon Figueroa becomes maybe must see TV. And I mean, is this what this fight kind of does for you beside, you know, getting the second belt?
Yes, of course. I mean, I feel like it's for all the marbles. I feel like this fight is gonna elevate me as a fighter. It's gonna just market myself better and just prove not only to me but to everyone else that I belong in that world class level fighting and that world class level of boxing and just an exciting fighter to watch because I just go out there and give it my all and it's gonna open a lot of doors for me and I just can't wait. I just can't wait to go out there and have my hand raised at the end of the night and just prove to be one of the best.
You, like I said, we mentioned before, and without giving much away, you feel I believe you have the height advantage in this fight. Is boxing maybe the key in your field without giving so much away?
I'm gonna just take it to him. I can box beautifully. I can brawl. I can switch lefty righty. I can throw beautiful body shots. I can mix it up, body head, body head, body head. But at the end of the day, it's a championship. It's a championship fight, and it's a big opportunity for me. So I'm gonna make sure nothing slips away, and I'm gonna just take it to him. I feel like he struggles with the weight, and he has struggled with the weight, but that's why I'm gonna make sure that I'm a full grown 122 pounder, and I'm gonna just take it to him. I'm gonna see how he handles my pressure, my body shots, my power, and I feel like that's gonna be a really, really, really big factor for me Saturday night.
You mentioned a couple times already in this interview, this is the biggest fight of your career. Does it feel like a different fight, or is it, like the other 22? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fight.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like just another fight. It just comes with all the amenities of winning it. It comes with the WBC belt, being a unification champion, being a two-time champion. Obviously, it comes with all these things, but at the end of the day, I just gotta go out there and fight. He's just another fighter to me, and obviously he's a great fighter. I'm not looking past him. I'm not saying he's an easy fighter, but my job is to go in there and just fight and just rough it out and just mix it in. And if it comes to a war, it comes to a war. I'm all for it, and that's what the people want to see. So that's what I'm gonna give the people.
I think you're attracting viewers as you say this. As it comes to a war, let's get it happen. Um, you feel, and like I said, you feel that. Yeah, I know you fought on some pay-per-view undercards and so forth and so forth. Is one of the goals is not to be on the undercard of the pay-per-view. You win two, three, maybe all four belts, and you feel at some point you become a pay-per-view attraction.
So of course, just because I go out there and give exciting fights, I go in there and I'm not the type to run away or to box or to make a fight boring. I'm there to just do my job, which is just train hard and fight hard, and that's what it takes to beat these top level guys is to get in there and rough them up and hit them from all angles and just wear them down and just dominate them from the beginning of the round. And I feel like that's what boxing needs. I know boxing is a sport where you hit and don't get hit, but at the same time, I just like my style. My style is just to get in there and rough it up and mix it up. I mean, I can box too, but it's just wherever the fight dictates. If I see that I'm better off boxing, then I'm a boxer. If I feel like I'm better off brawling, then I'm gonna get in there and mix it up.
But you feel just because of the way he fights, fireworks will break out at some point during this fight on Saturday night.
So of course, of course.
That's actually this is when the Showtime schedule came out, this was one of the first ones I circled for sure. Should be a great fight Saturday night. What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you this Saturday night on Showtime? You take on Brandon Figueroa here, taking on Luis Nery for the unified WBA WBC Super Bantamweight Championship of the World.
Just to stay tuned because it's gonna be an amazing fight. I just can't wait. I had a tremendous training camp, probably the best training camp I ever had in my career so far. And we're both Mexican warriors. We're both gonna get in there and try to show out and try to see who has the more cojones. And I feel like at the end of the night, God willing, I'm gonna be the one with my hand raised. But just thank you for everyone for supporting. A big shout out for everyone that's been supporting Team Figueroa and me of course. And just everything. I'm just so happy, and I'm just so excited for this fight, and I'm pretty sure my fans are too. So thank you
I
guys.
know.
Appreciate the support.
I know this is where the another great series of fights on Showtime, the Vasquez Marquez fights, and I believe they were 122 pound fights, and a couple of them were at the same exact arena. So
Yeah.
you think we could get some of that reincarnated stuff on Saturday night?
Yeah, I feel like the fight can go both ways, box, but it's just box brawling. But I feel like most of the time, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna make it a rough fight and just take it to him. So it definitely is gonna be a war. It's just a matter of time, when we both get in there and mix it up. So it's gonna be an amazing fight. It's gonna be exciting.
Last question: where we find you on social media?
Brandon Figueroa 101 on Instagram. Brandon Lee Fig 25 on Twitter, and on Facebook Brandon Figueroa. So
There you have it. We thank you for a few minutes of your time. The WBA, the undefeated WBA Super Bantamweight champ of the world. And he's going to look to stay that way this Saturday night as he takes on Luis Nery live on Showtime in a big Super Bantamweight unification bout. And Brandon, we wish you best of luck. We'll be watching. We'll talk to you along the way.
appreciate it. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There you have it. Brandon Figueroa, who he's a terrific fighter, and he's definitely an action-packed fighter. So this fight should be terrific on Saturday night and later in the week, especially for the people watching on Follow the Action. We will give predictions and odds and all that stuff, and maybe try to make you a couple bucks on these fights over the weekend. I just want everyone to let everyone know that people can follow me on these. Let's see here. If we get this, here we go on these definite social media platforms, and you could get a lot of content, especially abramsboxing.com, 15rounds.com. You got my Instagram, my YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, a lot of good content, a lot of great interviews where you can see the past and the future. And we got some great things on the way, especially now that a lot of the things are opening up. We'll be taking our show on the road and having guys interview with me, sitting next to me, and I hope the fans be able to participate well. We are hoping to have some prizes to give out soon, and we will talk to you. Thank you for tuning in. We might have a couple interviews tonight. I'm working on a couple things. There's a nice show that's headlined by some female fighters that are going to be on UFC Fight Pass on Friday. So we're working on that. Thank you very much for tuning in, and